Hello everyone who is watching our YouTube live stream today or the recording of this week's growth call. I'm Christoph Atteneder and I'm your host today. As always, I already posted the Google Hangout invitation link in the chat, so please feel free to join me anytime. Maybe Felix will also join us today. Especially today, if you are from the UK or you watch the recording, you're from the UK, China, or Russia, it would be awesome if you could join us here in the Hangout. No worries, we won't ask, or I won't ask any tricky questions. We really need your help on a couple of questions we have. So if you watch the live stream on YouTube, as you do now, feel free to post any questions or just say hello in the live chat on the left next to the video. Thanks, as always, to Chris Sacher for writing the meeting minutes after the meeting. As you might know, we decided, if you watched last week's growth call, we decided that our next Liquidity Week will be for British pounds and Bitcoin and will take place in the first week of April, so from the 2nd to 8th of April. I'll talk about first about the current state of the market on Bisq and need your help, as I said already, to answer a couple of questions on it. Besides that, I'll also share new numbers on the Bitcoin US dollar market from last week. And I also want to ask a couple of questions on other interesting markets as well. Okay, so for everyone, hello, everyone who is using the chat, hello Mario. For everyone who is joining us for the first time and maybe don't know what Bisq is the only real decentralized fiat cryptocurrency exchange out there. So you can exchange fiat currencies like US dollars with Bitcoin, or you can also exchange crypto with other cryptocurrencies. So our growth calls, like the one today, are about exchange learnings, how we could grow the Bisq network itself. So we decided last year to focus the next couple of months on growing especially liquidity on Bisq. So that means to extend the amount of buy and sell offers available on the platform. As today's call is about the upcoming British Pound Bitcoin Liquidity Week, I just want to explain quickly what we actually mean with the Liquidity Week itself. So it's 1 week where everyone who is participating tries to have one buy and one sell offer available all the time to kickstart a new market. Everyone who participates in this kind of activity not only supports, of course, decentralized exchanges like Bisq, but will also receive 20 Bisq tokens on top of it. So the Bisq token itself has different utilities within the Bisq DAO, which will be released in the next couple of months itself. So you can vote with the Bisq token, you can transfer it, so you can buy, sell it, and you can pay the trading fees with it. If you want to know more about the Bisq DAO, there is, on the one hand side, a very detailed white paper on our GitHub page, or you can watch our first tech session with Manfred, Kara, and Chris Beams. As always, I will post all the links in the description below after the call. So before starting with the slides, thanks everyone who already filed their compensation request for joining the Bitcoin US dollar Liquidity Week. You will have my vote end of this month for sure. If you have participated in the last Liquidity Week, please have a look at our last week's growth call to see how you actually file a compensation request. And hello to our first guest in the Google Hangouts. So, and it's gone again. So I will now start sharing my slides. Just give me a sec. The slides on the US dollar Bitcoin market. So let me just quickly check if you can see the slides? I think it's looking good. So during the liquidity week, of course, or not of course, but the volume, trading volume, the number of trades really shoot up. So we saw more than 2 times of the regular volume we saw in general. But the interesting thing actually is always how does it look like after a liquidity week. So I had a look last week on the numbers on the US dollar Bitcoin market, and the great thing is we still, if you compare last week with the week before the liquidity week, we still see more than 100% plus on the total US dollar volume. And we see more than 70% more trades in total. So that's a really good sign that it's not just a one-time efforts, but more continuous push for a market. Yeah, I mentioned it already. We decided that the next liquidity week we want to run is on British pounds and Bitcoin. And it will take place between the 2nd and 8th of April. So if you do have an account where you can transfer payments for British pounds and you have some Bitcoin available, please contact us in Slack, GitHub, Twitter if you want to join our liquidity week, and we'll guide you from there what's needed. It's really easy, and it will help to push decentralized exchanges itself. So switching next. Yeah, I had a look on the, so we do have already trades in the GBP Bitcoin market. So I had a look over the last 30 days to get a feeling also what kind of payment methods actually are used at the moment, and maybe if there's something, payment method we should introduce which could help the market in general. So over the last 30 days, we saw 48 trades in total. Most of the trades, nearly 80%, were done with faster payments. And then also we saw SEPA and national bank transfer, but just a couple of trades in total. So I guess faster payments, as the name is already saying, it's really quick. It's 24/7 available, and it's a really easy way in Great Britain, in the UK, to transfer money. Besides that, we introduced during the US dollar liquidity week also payment for Revolut, which is also a bank, a UK bank, and they have also direct payment option within the app. So that could also be an interesting payment option to use for the liquidity week. My question now for you out there, for everyone who is from the UK, if there's any payment method you use in your daily lives, which should be supported in Bisq and which would help you to increase the trading volume for your market itself. So if there is a payment method we should introduce, please contact us on Slack, post a comment below, and we take it from there. After looking at the total trades, I had a quick look on the distribution of the trades it offers itself. It looks like quite similar to all the other markets we have. So the US dollar market or Euro market, which is quite big on Bisq. So most of them are sell offers, and we have a small amount of daily trades already, but very steadily, more than 2 trades and around $2,000 in volume in average. So it's slowly growing over the last couple of weeks itself organically. But I guess if we push it again, like we did with US dollar or euros in the past, it will really give it a big push further. yeah, every liquidity week we try to think about what can we do better, how we push the next liquidity week even further. So one thing that we didn't do extensively so far is to communicate. Okay, of course we tweet it out, we try to make live video streams, video calls like the one today, but actually we need you out there to spread the word on this kind of activity. And one thing that just today came into my mind, we do have, so I'm from Vienna, Austria, and we have a very active user group, Bitcoin user group, and general cryptocurrency user groups here in Vienna, and they are very open to support anything that is Bitcoin related or cryptocurrency related, and most of them really want to support decentralized exchanges. So if you are from the UK, and I know we have lots of viewers from the UK itself, and you do know a Bitcoin crypto user group in your area, it would be really great if you could just contact them, ask them if they want to give a quick shout out during a meeting, or maybe they can add to the newsletter that Bisq is looking for participants for our upcoming liquidity week, and they should contact us to help decentralized exchanges itself. So any help there would be really appreciated. So let me see if I have any other slide left I want to cover. Unfortunately, Felix is not able to join us today. He wanted to talk about the Bisq tech tree itself. So it's kind of a document. I will just quickly stop the presenting and switch back to video. So Felix wanted to talk about the Bisq tech tree today and unfortunately can't make it. So just to give you an idea what this would look like for the next time, so you can join us next week's growth call. It's a kind of plan where you can see which markets are supported on Bisq, which markets we want to go for, and on which payment methods are used in what amount regarding trading. So the interesting thing, the reason why I still want to point it out, is that we have certain markets, like for example Russia. It's very popular on our website. We have a lot of viewers also here on the YouTube channel, but we actually on Russia we haven't had a trade so far. So if you're from Russia, please contact us, and we would be really interested if there's any problem why people from Russia can't use Bisq or are not using Bisq itself. So we do have support of the currency, we do have support for payment methods there, but something obviously is missing itself. So if you're from Russia, please contact us. Let me just quickly check on my to-do list what's left. Yeah, South Africa. Yeah. Hi, Hezbollah. Yeah, South Africa, we do have trades already from South Africa, but it's definitely also on our list for running a liquidity week there as well. Actually, we just do it as the community wants it. So we always, after each liquidity week, we send out kind of polls asking you what you want, what we should tackle next, which market we should tackle. Hey, I just see that Felix just joined the call. Hi, Felix.
Sorry, I'm late, Christoph.
No worries. Actually, it's the perfect timing. I was just talking about the Bisq tech tree and about markets that we might want to tackle next. Maybe do you want to take over from here and share your screen and walk through the Bisq
sure,
tech tree?
Perfect. Let me just go ahead and share my screen. There we go. Right, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I will just present it to everyone. Just a sec. Yeah, perfect.
Right, so as you can see here, we've started with euros, we've continued with dollars, and we are now going to focus on pounds. Here you can see that there's several stages: payment testing, liquidity 0, liquidity 1, 2, 3. We've talked about this before. Then there's speed, obviously instant payment methods like SEPA Instant or like faster payments in the UK, much preferred. And then there's other stuff we'll talk about in the future, like censorship, increased censorship resistance, APIs, and all that stuff. Yeah, as you know, most of the users of Bisq who trade Bitcoin for fiat are currently using euros, dollars, and pounds. But there are other markets we'd like to focus on in the future, like in dollars, Swiss francs. We'd love to be able to kickstart the market in China if it's possible. Japan, Korea, India, all of that. But, you know, it's complicated. And the main thing is that you need someone there to be able to, you know, give you local knowledge, get two people together. You don't need, you only need two people to trade and to test it and to kickstart the market. So volunteers are very welcome.
Yeah, I think that's one thing. Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
There's one thing I wanted to ask you. Maybe you can do it afterwards. When I looked at the website traffic and our YouTube channel analytics and the downloads of the Bisq client itself, Russia is nearly our second or third biggest market there, but we haven't seen any trade there. So I'm quite curious what holds people from Russia back to trade on Bisq actually.
Yeah, which leads me to, you know, there's a bounty for whoever does the first trade with rubles. Yeah. So, you know, if you're watching, please go ahead and try and do the first trades. It can be very small, just do it with a friend. Yeah, but we need local knowledge. That's clear.
Yeah, that's key.
We can speculate, but, you know, maybe in some countries it's illegal. Maybe in some countries they have to use a VPN or tall bridges or whatever, like China. And maybe in some countries we just don't have the right payment systems. So, for instance, in China, we've been discussing whether to add WeChat for a long time, and maybe there's a payment system in Russia, Yandex or WebMoney or something which is very popular, which we should add. So yeah, we need someone there to just come to Slack and tell us what you need to get started. And yeah, obviously, you know, we've seen offers in Ghana, in some African countries, and also in Brazil. There was a big problem with the main exchange, Bitcoin exchange in Brazil recently. And we've had offers in Brazilian reais for a while, but only one guy, right? There's only one person trying to, and a market won't work with only one person. So you need two to trade. But yeah. But we are not going to try and do anything impossible. I mean, if someone comes along and wants to help, that's wonderful. But we're going to focus on the easy, you know, the low-hanging fruit, euros, dollars, and pounds. And if we can add anything after that, it'd be great. Here, what you're seeing now is a sort of roadmap, very tentative, very theoretical. Obviously, we did euros in December 2017. We focused on dollars in February, and that worked quite well with the liquidity week. And we're now going to focus on pounds in April. It would be wonderful if we could have two parallel streams of growth, right? So on one, we have alternate months for European and American currencies. On the other, we do Asian and African currencies. But again, we need people to take the lead in that effort. That's that. I mean, and again, the other thing I always say, this is completely flexible and dependent on demand. So if a lot of people come along and say, we want to help kickstart Brazil, Brazil will be taken forward to, you know, next month, to the next priority. If a lot of people come and say they want to do Korean won, that will be moved forward. So this is completely demand driven.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of tech tree and roadmap. It's very simple, but, you know, it's just a way of seeing this. And apart from that, I also want to remind everyone that we have bounties open for first trade.
Oops, sorry. My bad.
Yeah, I was just saying that we have bounties open for first trades on a number of currencies. So, if you want to take the leap and try and do the first trade in rubles, in reais, in Korean won, in Kenyan shillings, in Nigerian naira, that would be amazing. And, just come to Slack, tell us that you're interested in doing this. We will create bounties. We will try and focus the effort, and we will ask a dev team to include anything that might be useful for that, like payment methods and so on.
Yeah, perfect. Just because Ryan asked a question regarding a payment method where he ran into some issues that it was kind of frozen. If you have these kind of questions, it would be great if you post it in the Slack channel, for example, or on GitHub, because there also the arbitrator are watching these kind of channels, and they have a better overview if there were any other issues that they are aware of regarding these payment channels. But I'm personally, there was a question regarding Venmo. I'm personally not aware that someone else had issues using these payment methods.
Yeah, it's worth reminding everyone that we are in a very experimental stage. So, don't trade large amounts of money with a new payment system. We've taken a risk with Venmo and with some other US payment systems that might have chargeback issues. So please test it with small amounts, and feedback would be great. If we have to block a payment system because it's too risky and there's too much fraud, we will. It's, security is first, and it's all very good having a decentralized exchange that doesn't touch your funds, but you still have the counterparty risk. Well, not the intermediary risk, but at least the person you're trading with can still scam you. So, and the way to build trust is to try and use only the most secure payment systems.
Yeah, so please, we need your feedback. So if you have any feedback, especially also on these new payment methods, just ping us on any channel, and we try to take it from there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. If there's nothing from your side, Felix, to talk about, I already gave a shout out for the upcoming UK, Great British Pound Bitcoin Liquidity Week that will run from the 2nd to 8th of April. So we are looking for participants. So if you want to join, please contact us on GitHub, Slack, on any channel. It's really easy to do, and we'll have some great tutorials how to set up your account and do your first trades. And especially also for British pounds, we have a video tutorial on that. I will link it in the video and post it in the description below afterwards. So Ryan just wrote, luckily there was no chargeback involved with Venmo, just as the account was frozen in his case. So yeah.
One other risk, sorry, just very briefly, one other risk that is worth mentioning is so most regulated exchanges have very strict KYC policies. They ask for a lot of information, and people say, wait, so if I trade on Bisq as a business, what do I do about KYC? Well, the point of Bisq is that it doesn't gather information. Bisq is just software, just a program that you can use. And if you trade with someone, you will have information on that person, but only on the ones you trade with. And obviously, we don't recommend ignoring any local laws, but most local laws have exemptions for peer-to-peer trading for small amounts. So don't worry too much about it. If you're just buying or selling £100 worth of Bitcoin, you don't have to worry about all those regulations. You do have to worry about your bank's terms of use and policies, which means that your bank might have a ban on buying or selling Bitcoin from your bank account. Bisq obviously doesn't make it easy for them to find out about this, because you're just making a peer-to-peer payment, say via faster payments, with the reference code. You should never include the words either Bisq or Bitcoin on the reference. But if your bank has a policy that says no crypto trading, well, then you should know how much risk to take of your account being frozen from doing this. But yeah.
Yeah, okay. Besides that, if you want to keep informed and don't miss any video we post on this channel, so we don't only have these growth calls like this one today, but we also run tech talks every other week. And you will get, if you subscribe on the link, I will add it to the video afterwards, then you won't miss out anything. So Felix, anything from your side? Any last words? Perfect. So thanks everyone for watching the live stream or the recording. And if you're from the UK, we'd love to see you join the British Pound Bitcoin Liquidity Week in beginning of April. Okay, have a good night. Bye.